Good morning and welcome to Morning Outlook. This is Kim speaking on Monday the 9th of May. So what we've got setting up today, well, let's just have a look at the news events first. Just click through here and switch the news on. And let's go to today. Will be good. Actually, let's go to this week because it's got more in it, because today hasn't got anything. We don't have anything at all today, so really we're looking forward to, from a pound point of view, the Thursday MPC vote, etc., which is expected to come out at 4.5%, up a 0.25%. I don't think there'll be any surprises there. And that is just about it. We've got so no, that is about it. Of course, we've got inflation tomorrow, but today is a quiet day on the Western front. So let's have a look at the technicals. So the euro dollar still in this range, euro dollar, not really pushing either way now. It's sort of a little bit stuck there. Is it going to come back down and break the lows here? What's it going to do? And it's not really clear. There is an untouched daily pivot today, which may be after 8 o'clock. We'll see here. It has air kissed the S1 here, and it's back into my pivotal area, which I drew on here ages ago. Now it seems it's an area where the price has been coming backwards and forwards, touching the underside, the overside, and it's pretty much there, back on the. If I can get this back on the top side of it again, having a bit of a reaction along with its S1. So we'll have to wait and see on this. I mean, there was higher lows, lower highs, and all sorts going on here, and it's just not a clear market. The pound on a daily basis has been looking more solid. Yesterday we saw a sold off. Sorry, my system is taking a long time this morning. This is typical when you're wanting to get a move on something. It's now going to freeze on me. It's refreshed altogether and give me a different currency altogether. Or I've just opened a new page, whatever it may be. Let's try it. There we go, 4 hourly, that's it. So 4 hourly on the pound, that's better. Higher lows, higher highs, still pushing through here. It's got an untouched weekly pivot sitting there. Let me, it's not playing ball this morning, my charting package. I'll have to have a refresh in a moment, but before I do that, let's see if I can get this update out of the way. So it's the underside of its daily pivot at the moment. The pound, I don't really want to sell this. A move back above the pivot could see it running into yesterday's highs there. It's reasonably solid on the trend at the moment. Moving on to the dollar yen. Dollar yen, well, it looked like it was going to do more, and it has. It really hasn't broken out of this rising daily trend at the moment. It's got a bearish flag sitting there on the 4 hourlies, and well, we could see a bit of a continuation from that. It's just hopefully it's going to click on here. There we go. But you look through there, and there's this range here. So it's been range trading. It really needs to. Again, I've got this pivot level, the pivotal area, which I've drawn on here from previous highs, lows, etc. It's been dancing around. Let's just see what it does from here. It's been certainly playing in that area. A break of that to me is more bearish. Where it's sitting at the moment, it's in a bit of no man's land. It might even just sort of pitch into that and then bounce. So not straightforward there. Aussie dollar sitting at the top of its range here, looking like it might be selling off again. It's been a bit rangy. It's not the best of ranges in terms of it's gone from sort of bottom, top, bottom, as opposed. Oh no, it's started off at a top, bottom, top, and arguably there's another bottom, but it made a new high there. But it's still sitting in this sort of a key range at the moment. It's got an untouched weekly below. Don't normally like selling tops, but we'll see how this develops this morning. This looks probably brighter than some of the others, but it's only today it's really coming back off, but of course it's run back into the highs. So we'll just have to check out the reaction. Now at some stage, of course, there's a chance it will break the highs from the pattern that we're seeing there. If it starts breaking through that, well then we could see a bigger correction. Normally a price action like this near a bottom of a move sees this break to the lower side, but it's not normal. Okay, the US dollar CAD has been selling off last week. US dollar coming off their CAD being one of the stronger pairs. 4-hourly really shows last week's end of week sell off there, and today, yesterday and today, bouncing off its S1 yesterday, not really getting anywhere. It's above its daily pivot at the moment. Well, it's just hardly any action to make decisions from here. Okay, let's just run through a few of the usual suspects on top of this. It's my charting package isn't moving as nice and quick as I'd like it to be. Keep leaving it running for days and days, so that's probably why. Euro yen, this is one I'm looking at on the bigger picture. I'm wondering if we'll get a breakdown of these lows here. I've still got a signal one from last week there, but if we get a breakdown, that'll give us a lower high and perhaps a bigger correction in this. So eventually it's looking a little bit more tired, and certainly on the weekly basis you can see the beginning of that proper bear flag there, and it is looking now starting to look softer. Just looking from the shorter time frames here, lower highs coming through. It could be 1, 2, and there's the 1 hourly. Yep. Could be one to look at today. I don't like going short on it because there's such a large retail element short on it. The euro pound, I don't know why I'm really looking at the moment, but that is in a decent trend. That has been running southbound, and it really does look, well, it's already gone so far to last few days or whatever else. It might not come back for us. I was looking at it last week. It's don't normally trade it, but it's something I'm looking at potentially trading. Euro Aussie and Euro CAD. Euro Aussie first. Well, Euro Aussie touch into the pivot could be useful for a short. Euro CAD, well, it's not quite so clean. It came in good last week, but there's a possibility. Would like to see a bit more of a retrace before I was to sell this, but it's there. The pound Aussie and the pound CAD, a bit of a different beast. They both broken pivots here. Pound CAD both broken their pivots there, so really possible shorting opportunities on this, but not at the moment. Okay, I'll have to carry on looking through there. There's nothing I can see for now. Let's go and have a look at morning Ritu. The other markets here. We'll have a look at gold first. So gold, well, popped in last week. The high there took out the prior highs. Might have just been a stop clearer, a flash move, but it certainly doesn't look strong from when you see it just push up there. Certainly looks like all the signs of a bit of market action there, just to push the price up, take out the previous stops, and then roll over. At the moment, bear flaggy really on this picture, so looking soft is gold, although bigger picture still in an upward trend. Oil's last week came down, finished off, it bounced off the lows there, got its bounce, continued through the late part of the week there, caught the bounce again. Looks like this was a flush out movement. It's now sort of moving, maybe there's got to be a trend line it's running into here at the moment. Would like to see that weekly pivot touched, certainly before it got long. Okay, that's oil. Quick look through the indices. So let's just get the right time frame on here, be good. There we go. Just want to go through the dailies on the indices. CSI 300 rolling back a little bit. I was still unsure of that last week, and it's no real different for me at the moment. And Nifty 50 is, sorry, the Nikkei has continued to push push up, high lows, high highs. It's just, as much as it's doing these sort of little island reversal patterns, it's still pushing up at the moment. Nifty 50, again, still bullish. I still remain bullish on that market as well. Okay, S&Ps still in this ugly old choppy price action. There's really nothing going from this way. It's has put a pivot swing into the upside there. Maybe we'll see something, but it didn't really get triggered yesterday, so it just shows you how weak the market is. The Dow Jones, same again, it's very rangy in terms of what they're doing here, and the Nasdaq, quite similar. Nasdaq's got, maybe is the brighter star at the moment, and I say at the moment because, well, it soon changes, but at the moment it seems to be benefiting more, but even so, there's probably a bit of divergence over the highs here. It's looking soft ish from that point of view, but in a decent upward trend. The DAX, well, the DAX is still rangy as well. It's been in this range for quite some time now. We can see from the 4 hours here, certainly last week, really choppy, very difficult to trade. It's back well, it's back close to its highs here. Could roll back towards the weekly pivot at some stage. Just look that bit on the softer side, coming off on the dailies here at the moment through the daily pivot. Not much in the way of range yesterday. Don't expect much change today. FTSE finally. So the FTSE. I'll get it the right way around. So the FTSE still got this bull flag going on. Never, well, did okay yesterday. That wasn't yesterday. That was Friday. Today, well, it hasn't continued at the moment, but a push up from that, a break of those highs there, would see it possibly continue to change the pattern it's been in here. It's not the cleanest, not the easiest to read. It has put a higher low on the shorter time frames, broken the structure of the market, which was lower highs, lower lows, pushing down. So it's broke that structure. Maybe with a FTSE, something. So looking at the daily pivot there, to see what reaction it does. It might have something more in it. It's got a bit of hope there, but with the Bank of England this week, maybe it's a more risky one. Okay, and finally, let's just switch across and look at those kryptonites. Bitcoin. He's on a daily, that's alright. So Bitcoin didn't have its way over the weekend, and yesterday sold off, followed through on the sell-off there. There's not a lot to add on to this at the moment. It's just looking a bit iffy where it is around these prior highs. So, if anything, I'm just looking at this. If it starts breaking back below 27,000, that could see a bigger correction altogether. Ethereum, a similar-ish case. It's last few days been coming off, just looking that bit softer. It takes these lows out at 1784. Well, that's given us a proper lower high, and maybe we'll see a bigger correction yet. And Ripple, similar-ish picture here on the dailies, quite soft. I say similar, it looks weaker actually. Obviously it's right back to its original range here, pretty close to its original range. Really looking quite soft. So yeah, Forex, the crypto market's not looking the most bullish at the moment, and lots of warnings there of some softening coming. Right, I wish you a great day's trading, and I'll catch you tomorrow morning. Bye for now.